Good morning, children. How are you all? Okay. Today we are continuing the next topic in world during the world wars. The world during the world wars. First we learned about the connection. Next 20th century, that is age of extremes. Why it is called the age of extremes, and Eric Hobson what he said about age of extremes. Why Eric Hobson historian said about age of extremes the 20th century. So these are all we discussed in the previous class. And now the world after the First World War. So between 1914 and 1918, the First World War was completed. And after the First World War, what are the consequences were happened? What are the forms were established? That all we learned today. So here, after the First World War, the Treaty of Versailles in 1919, you have to remember the dates like that in a sequence. Okay, the Treaty of Versailles in 1919, the League of Nations formed in 1920, and the Russian Revolution from 1917 to 1922, and rise of Stalin after in the Russia only after the Russian Revolution there is a Vladimir Lenin, the one of the president, and after that rise of Stalin. After the successor of Lenin, Stalin came into power. And then the impact of Russian Revolution around the world. The Russian Revolution, how it is an impact on the world, and what is the Great Depression between 1929 and 39. Great Depression between 29 and 39. 10 years the world was completely under monetary depression. So these are all we are discussing in this chapter. So first the Treaty of Versailles in 1919. Remember all the days. These are the timelines. One table you have to make out. In the timeline, what is the First World War? The First World War is 1914 to 1918. World War II, when it was happened, 1939 to 1945. Okay, when the Treaty of Versailles was happened, it is in 1919. Treaty of Versailles. Treaty of Versailles. Okay, next. The League of Nations. The League of Nations was formed. That is in 1920. Like that, in a sequential order, you have to learn this timeline. Okay. Next, the Treaty of Versailles. What is this Treaty of Versailles 1919? So every war, any war or any conflict between the countries, after that they will write a treaty. That means it's a deal. They will write, and in that deal, all the countries, the victorious powers and losing powers, everyone will sit together and they will discuss about what are the compensations they have to give the damaged countries, and what are the rewards if they are not involved in the wars. So such things are punishments, rewards, compensations, everything will be writing in a written form. They will be writing. So that is called treaty. We can say it as a treaty. So here they have written the Treaty of Versailles in 1919. In that, the discussions and treaties were done by Britain and its three allied powers. In the First World War, the Britain and allied powers were one in the World War. So those people made a treaty that is called Treaty of Versailles in 1919 after finishing of the First World War. Then what they have written in this? These are the allied powers, these are victorious powers. They have written what the details, what they have written in that, and what are the steps they have taken. The Austro-Hungarian and Ottoman empires were completely divided and broken into small countries. That one thing happened, and the German Empire was broken and replaced as German Republic. Okay, and the Ottoman Empire was replaced as a Republic of Ottoman or Republic of Turkey. Okay. So Republic of Turkey, Ottoman Empire fallen, and Republic of Turkey was happened. And here German became the German of Republic. German of Republic, like that. The forms of government were slowly changed. Then a large number of new countries were formed. What are the new countries? Yugoslavia, Austria, Hungary, Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, and Estonia, Latvia, Finland, and these are all the countries were divided and it became into small countries. Then what happened? The Treaty of Versailles in 1919, the Britain and other allied powers, other victorious powers, they have given a lot of penalty to Germany, because Germany was losing power at that time, and they gave a lot of penalty in monetary wise and territorial wise. Monetary wise, and they have given a lot of penalty. What is that penalty in both the terms? First, in monetary terms, if you take monetary terms, what they have taken, what they have given the penalty is, they have completely gave a lot of amount to be paid to the victorious countries. That is penalty, monetary penalty. Money wise, they gave a large monetary terms, pay in debt. That means a lot of huge amount has had to pay to the victorious country by the Germany. That is one thing. And the second thing is compensation. That is the compensation to the victorious powers by the Germany. That is monetary terms. And in territorial terms, the France and other countries, these people lost their territories in the when the war was happening. Whatever the territories means places, whatever the lands were lost by these German, those are all they have taken. They did not given it back. So that two things were happened, and they were humiliated. The Germany, they are totally completely. Why I am telling particularly, because of this humiliation to the Germany, it's a big cause for the say. It led to Second World War. It led to Second World War. So that's why this treaty, whatever the Treaty of Versailles, we have to say it very historical marking. We have to note it down in 1990 Treaty of Versailles. Because in the Treaty of Versailles, what happened? Many countries were divided into different small kingdoms, and some kingship is going to the republics, government of republics and all. Germany became the German Republic, and many small countries like divided Yugoslavia, Austria, Hungary, Czechoslovakia, Finland and Latvia. These are all small kingdoms were divided, and these are the normal things. And main particularly because of the Treaty of Versailles completely humiliated the Germany with their terms and conditions. So what are the terms and conditions? One is monetary terms. They had been huge penalty had given to the Germany, that is monetary term, and the other is whatever the territories were lost in the war that were not given back to their Germany. So these two conditions, these two terms and conditions were humiliated to the Germany, and Germany, it led to war. It led to Second World War. That was the important cause. That's why we have to tell about the Treaty of Versailles in 1919. Next, after that, the League of Nations. What is this League of Nations? Actually, the League of Nations is for one of the first ever international organization. It was started in 1920, January 11th. January 11th, 1920, the League of Nations started. Don't confuse with the Treaty of Versailles and League of Nations. Treaty of Versailles is a deal, and League of Nations is an organization. It's a peace organization and first ever international organization. Till that, no organization was formed like that. And after the League of Nations, only the UN also formed. So before that, in 1920, January 11th, the League of Nations was formed. And why? What is the necessity of the League of Nations? It was established on 11th January 1920. What for? This is for to establish peace and to prevent wars, and if any dispute, first one is to prevent wars. Main thing is to prevent wars, because every time the kings and rulers were engaged with the wars, then what happened to the development of the countries? And what is the welfare of the people? Who will take care of the people's welfare? That's why, first of all, they have to say no to the wars. So to prevent the wars, this is the main motto of League of Nations is prevent the wars. That is the first thing. And the second thing is to ensure security to the people. To ensure security to the people. Okay, security to the people. And if any conflict between the country to country, they have to sit with them, with the League of Nations, and they have to negotiate. And in a pacific manner, they have to solve the problems. How to solve the problems? They negotiate the things, and definitely will have differences between the country and country. the water problems or religious problems or a number of problems will be there to the country to country. So such a conflicts, when we sit and discuss with the international organization like League of Nations, then easily we can solve the problems. So for that reason, this League of Nations was established in 1920, and to prevent wars and to settle disputes. How to settle disputes? With the negotiations and ensure disarmament. The one more thing is ensure disarmament. What is disarmament? Disarmament means don't use the armaments. Armaments means weapons, nuclear weapons, physical weapons. These are all not supposed to use, because everybody is increasing their armaments. Then what happened? Every country is insecure. They cannot, they'll be suspicious on one another and they'll increase their nuclear powers, nuclear weapons and all. So, to ensure the disarmament, firstly, to prevent the wars and to ensure the security to the people and welfare of the people, and also it sought to work for the welfare and development of the labor welfare and wealth. Fourth one is labor welfare and wealth. Labor welfare, they have to take care of the labor welfare. Labor means in India the workers. The workers means whoever working in any organization. Labor wealth and health of their workers. Because when the industrial revolution has happened, everybody is like using workers like machines. 18 hours, 24 hours like that. They were continuously 22 hours, 21 hours like that. They were continuously working. Nobody was taking care of their health and wealth. So such a time, these organizations started, and labor wealth and health is important. Then only the country can survive. And it was and it had a 58 members when it was started. In the beginning, it was started with the 58 members. That means the 58 member countries were membered in that, enrolled their membership in that organization. But some way, the League of Nations was failed. It was not succeeded, and next it leads to Second World War. Okay, and after the Second World War, again the UNO was formed in 1945. That will be discussing in the later topic. So these are the three things. What are that? One is Treaty of Versailles in 1990, and one is the League of Nations, and the third one is the Russian Revolution. Russian Revolution between the 1977 and 1922. Okay, once pause it. So the world after World Wars. Today's topic is the world after World Wars. There are four things, many things are there. We discussed the three things: the Treaty of Versailles, the League of Nations. Okay, and next the Russian Revolution. I'll be telling in the next class.